Well, hello, and welcome to episode 29 of Aftershock Weekly. This week I'm going to talk about one of my favorite products, and that's G Suite. G Suite is a suite of Google apps that you can use to run your business. Now, I'm going to throw it back here 8 years ago when I started using Gmail as my email. And I used a vanity one when I started Aftershock Enterprises, which now is Aftershock Digital today. And I was lucky enough to get grandfathered, right? So I set up an early account when they first started offering to business, and I was able to set up myself plus one for support, one for info, and then eventually as we started adding staff, we were able to add them for all of them as well, add their emails. What was really cool about this, for me anyway, was that they continued to add products. The calendar feature I've used since the very beginning. I don't know about you, but my life is dictated by the calendar. So if I'm supposed to be somewhere, I make sure that it's on the calendar, it's synced in. I also share the calendar with everybody who works here so that they can see my schedule, and if they need me in a meeting, they can book into it. That's all a great feature for the calendar within G Suite. So a few years ago, they started charging for it. I'm still grandfathered in on one of their old plans. Thank you, Google. I appreciate that. But it's only $5 per user. Some of the most important products are the email. If you don't have a Gmail account, you're one of very few people these days. Everybody has a Gmail account, it seems like. Then they launched a product called Inbox, which Brendan, our programmer here at Aftershock, had told me about a year ago. So I started using inbox.google.com, ties directly into my Gmail email, and it starts to sort things. It was a lifesaver. I started to group things. I was able to add tasks, notes, be able to highlight things so they'd be at the top of my email list. And these types of things really started to help from a workflow standpoint. Next, Google Docs is part of G Suite. If you're not familiar with Google Docs, it pretty much has all of the same features of Microsoft Office. It's got the ability to do spreadsheets. It's got a Microsoft Word type, a Google Docs, right? So next is Google Drive. Google Drive is amazing. If you're not familiar with it, it's a online cloud storage that also has the ability to create Word documents just like Microsoft Word, Excel documents using their spreadsheets, and you are able to share and edit things in real time with your team. So there's been many a time where we'll create a list of, maybe it's topics for Aftershock Weekly, and I have 3 or 4 of my guys that have access to that, and when they think of an idea, they pop in, they put in their 2 cents on it, and it's saved. Or if we have a client document that we are updating budgets or whatever that is, we can make sure that that's shared on a consistent basis and everything's up to date in real time. So Google Docs is a huge part of the G Suite. Also, one of my favorite things about G Suite is every one of their products has an app, right? So on my Android phone, I've got an app for Google Drive. I've got one for my inbox. I have one for my calendar. So having easy access on multiple devices and having everything in real time is really a game changer. So these are 3 products that we use with Google every day here in the office that make G Suite really a non-negotiable for us. So anytime someone asks, what should we use for email, we recommend G Suite. If you're using G Suite now, we'd love to hear your favorite features and what you've been able to do, because there might be some things that we can learn from you that we can incorporate into our business as well. Thank you for tuning in to episode 29. And with that, we'll leave you with a quote.